Haven for the Trojans. Johnson will jump it up against number 12, Blakely Farr, and it's controlled by the Trojans. Mallory Springer across the timeline. Top of the key, working to the right, man-to-man defense out of the Wolves. You see that probably for both teams here. Springer trying to find it inside. Now has it tipped away, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be, going to say off the Trojans. Pointed first for the Trojans and then tipped away. Good defense there from Carissa Stingle for the Wolves. Kesley Cox bringing it up. Should be picked up by Mallory Springer. Man-to-man defense from both teams now. Farr gets it back up top to Aubrey Bros. Right side it goes to Cox. She's going to drive against Mallory Springer. Blocked. And it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wolves. Mallory Springer with some good defense there. So Cox to inbound it. They're going to go sideline to sideline across the free throw line. Trying to get it in to get it in the corner. Three on the way from Bros. Off the rim. Won't go. Rebound Bailey Allmeyer. Allmeyer bringing it up to floor now. Working out there against number 2, Ellie Bros. Gets past her onto the wing. Goes back up top to Brylin Springer. Springer off to Jalen Kent. Kent going to lob it inside for Aaron Johnson. Johnson takes a dribble, puts it up in the air.
That's a tough matchup. Blakely Farr at 5'7", I think. Oh, no. Aaron Johnson, yeah, that's tough.
Here's Cox with it. Comes left side to Carissa Stingle. Stingle, one of the 2 Stingles on the team that are Coach Kim Stingle's daughters. Cox on the right side, working against Mallory Springer. Gets it back up top to Ellie Bros. Bros gets to the free throw line, kicks it back out to Cox. She'll get it to the left side. Going to be Blakely Farr, going to drive inside. She's going to have her shot blocked in there by Brylin Springer. Mallory Springer picks up the loose ball. Springer working up the left side of the floor, kicks it up to Bailey Allmeyer. Across the timeline. Going to try to go downside into Brylin Springer, and Brylin Springer's going to pick up a foul on the reach around here.
Kind of playing out how we thought. Mayhe's going to have to trap, and try to steal the ball before they can enter it into the post.
Yeah, the Trojans got to quit picking up their dribble in the corners right there. They got to get past that.
They got to get trapped there all night. They better get used to it, yeah.
Stingle comes left side to Cox on the wing. Going to dribble back up top. Guard by Mallory Springer. Throws it inside. Ellie Bros going to drive. Puts a shot up, and it goes. We're tied at 2.
Here comes the press.
Aaron Johnson to inbound it. She'll get it into Allmeyer. Allmeyer up the floor to Mallory Springer. Springer brings it across the timeline. Kicks it over to Jalen Kent on the left side. She's going to try to drive. Stingle stops her. Up to Allmeyer. Allmeyer back up top. Mallory Springer wide open. Didn't take the 3. Has it knocked away. Dribbling way out in front of her there. Now throws it away. It's going to be ran down, and it's going to be knocked away by Blakely Farr. Farr traveled, got away with it. Gets it inside to Ellie Bros. Her shot up off the glass and in. Well, the Trojans are going to have to take care of the ball, and they're not doing that right now. Johnson gets it in. Backdoor pass over to Allmeyer. Up the right side of the floor. She'll get to the wing. Going to come back up top. Gets it to Mallory Springer. Springer dribbles down to the right side. Now into the wing. Back up to Allmeyer. Inside looking for Brylin Springer. Turn around. Jumpers up and in. Tied at 4.
Brylin Springer and Aaron Johnson could have big nights.
Here's Cox driving. Throws up a floater. Won't go. Rebound Bailey Allmeyer. Allmeyer off to Jalen Kent. Kent will bring it up the floor, guarded by Stingle. Crosses the timeline, gets it back to Allmeyer. Allmeyer working up top. Goes inside for Johnson. Down at the block, back outside. Mallory Springer, wide open 3. In and out, won't go. Brylin Springer had the rebound, lost it. Allmeyer's going to chase it down for the Trojans. Allmeyer has Springer inside. She throws it into her. It's knocked away and it goes out of bounds. And it's going to say off Brylin Springer here. I thought that was Farr knocking it away. Excuse me, that was 11. Aubrey Bros, I thought, knocked it away.
Patience, Trojans. Because it'll be there if you just have patience.
That lob passes a little bit further. That's a basket right there. Carissa Stingle into the ball game. And Cox takes a seat for the Wolves. Back up top it comes. Stingle off to number 2, Ellie Bros. Bros tries to drive, turns, kicks it back up top. This is number 11 with it, Aubrey Bros. Now back to Carissa Stingle. She's going to drive inside, kicks it back out. 3 coming from Blakely Farr. Off the rim, won't go. Rebound Mallory Springer. Springer up the floor to Allmeyer. Across the timeline. Going to get to the wing. Looks around, goes inside for Johnson. Johnson skip pass back out to Jalen Kent. She'll drive, goes inside for Brylin Springer. Stolen away, but Kent gets it right back. Now Mallory Springer, she's going to drive down the lane, puts it up, it goes. Nice little seal from Sister Brylin, and Mallory puts it up and in. Trojans up by 2, 6-4, halfway through the opening quarter. Carissa Stingle going to get a string from Bros. Tries to drive, kicks it over to Farr on the right wing. Farr going to lob it inside. Now it's stolen away here by Jalen Kent, and they're going to say Kent, who gets knocked to the floor, going to go out of bounds, and Kent not happy about that. And it lets the referee have a little strong pass right there over to her. Kaylee Softly into the ball game for the Wolves. And to the bench goes Ellie Brose. They get it in. This is Farr in the right corner. Back up top it comes to Carissa Stingle. Stingle working up top. Goes back to the right side to her sister, Reagan Stingle. Reagan goes all the way back up top. She's going to reset the offense. She's guarded by Allmeyer. Stingle comes left side to her sister Carissa. Carissa's going to try to drive. Gets stopped by Jalen Kent. Kicks it back up top. This is Farr. Farr to the right side to Reagan Stingle. Stingle gets it off to Aubrey Brose. Brose off to Carissa Stingle. 3 on the way. It's off the rim. Won't go. Rebound chased down by Reagan Stingle. She gets to the elbow. Skip pass over to Aubrey Brose. Skips it back out. This is Carissa Stingle with it. Carissa back up top to Reagan.
Maywood-Hayes Center isn't getting a lot of movement. They're kind of standing around and watching each other right now.
And here's Carissa Stingle, short corner shot to tie the game. It's off the mark. He goes out of bounds. It'll be Trojan basketball. Knocked away by Aubrey Brose. Also checked into the ballgame from Maywood-Hayes Center was Carter Hatfield. Checking in for the Trojans will be number 11, Aspen Webb. Allmeyer will go to the bench. Also checking in, Emery Tomlin. Jalen Kent's going back to the locker room. She battled the flu against Cozad earlier this season. And here's a steal by the Wolves, and it's Carissa Stingle. She's going to travel. Tried to dribble behind her back, and the ball got caught up on her backside there. Took a couple extra steps. 6-4 Trojans, 2:56 left opening period. Trojans with the ball at half court. Aaron Johnson to get it in. Going to get it into Mallory Springer, but it's knocked away by Carissa Stingle. The Trojans got to come get them passes, and they missed a shot. Here's a rebound by Tomlin. Tomlin gets it off to Mallory Springer. Springer working up, then she's going to be fouled. One of the two Stingle sisters is getting a foul. I don't know which one. They're the only two there, and it's going to be number 30, Carissa Stingle. First foul of the game for the Wolves. Both teams with one here. Aaron Johnson to inbound it. Trojans up by 2, 6-4. 2:44 left in the opening period. Mallory Springer gets the inbounds pass. Works up the right side of the floor. Springer going to go down the left side. Drives, left-handed shot, won't go. Rebound comes down to Reagan Stingle. Up the floor, and they're going to throw it away. Tried to throw it down the floor to number 14, Kaylee Softly, but passes way too far out in front of her. Allmeyer checks back into the ball game. Mallory Springer will get a seat. Jalen Kent's back on the bench here. See how long it takes her to come back in. Need her ball handling right now, the Trojans do. And they lob it in. This is Brylin Springer with it. Springer has it knocked away, but Allmeyer picks it back up, throws it up the floor to Aspen Webb. Down underneath. Oh, head on. Tomlin tried to throw it over the top, and Reagan Stingle gets the steal. Up the floor goes to Carissa Stingle. Across the timeline, down the corner, inside it goes. This is Reagan Stingle, loses the ball. Brylin Springer has it knocked away as she picked it up, and then Stingle knocks it out of bounds. It's going to be Trojan basketball.
Trojans have to control the pace. If they can control the pace, they can control the game.
6-4 your score right now. Trojans with the lead. Allmeyer throwing it over the top once again, and they got to quit doing that. They're not even trying to ball fake, Kevin. They're just throwing it over the top, and the Wolves are just going up and knocking it away. Tomlin out of the ball game. Jalen Kent back in for the Trojans.
Once Cambridge gets in their half-court set, they're fine. They just got to get there.
Aaron Johnson gets it into Aspen Webb, now to Allmeyer. Allmeyer looking inside for Springer. Passes too far, but Johnson able to run it down. Jalen Kent with it. Goes left side to Webb. Webb back to Kent. Lobs it inside. This is Brylin Springer. Shots up and in. Brylin with 4 points for the Trojans. And they're up by 4, 8-4.
I just don't know how Maywood's going to stop that unless they go to something different.
Here's Reagan Stingle. Up top it comes to Carissa Stingle. Back to Reagan on the right wing. Going to drive inside, dumps it into Brose. Shots up and it falls. I didn't think it was going to, but it does. Ellie Brose has got all 6 points for the Wolves, and the Trojans lead at 8-6. Aspen Webb has it knocked away, and it's going to be Trojan basketball as it goes out of bounds at half court. Mallory Springer into the ball game. Webb will go out. Back in for the Trojans. Kesley Cox and Carissa Stingle will see this bench for the first time tonight.
Looks like there's going to be plenty of subs, both teams.
Mallory Springer gets it across the timeline. Picks up her dribble, gives it to Allmeyer on the right wing. Allmeyer looking around, trying to find somebody. Now gets it off to Aaron Johnson. Johnson lobs it inside for Brylan Springer. Takes the dribble, puts it up off the glass and in.
Mayhay's going to have to go to something different. They can't stop it unless they're going to get somebody behind her.
10-6 Trojans. This is Reagan Stingle on the right wing. Going to lob it back inside. Far goes up and puts it in. And that give and go is working for them right now, Kevin.
Twice in a row.
Allmeyer. Back to Jalen Kent. She'll bring it up the floor across the timeline. Works to the left side. Kicks it out to Mallory Springer on the wing. Back up top to Brylan Springer. Inside Aaron Johnson. Off the glass and in. The bigs for the Trojans have 10 of the 12 points right now, and the Trojans are up 12-8. Right side. Here goes Softly. Kicks it back out, and Reagan Stingle for three. The lefty off the mark and the air ball. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be Trojan basketball.
You can just see Mayhay trying to go faster and faster and faster.
But I don't think that's going to bother the Trojans. They don't mind getting up and down the floor a little bit.
Well, they this have a little patience once they get it. They got to get it to half court, obviously. But.
Well, they got to come get the ball. Brian Springer stood and watched that one, and Reagan Stingle, Ellie Brose just about had to steal. Goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Trojans. Allmeyer across the timeline. Going to work to the right side. Gets to the wing and lob it inside for Brylan Springer. Off the glass and misses this one. Gets her own rebound, puts it up. She's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Get it to half court. Get it inside every time. It's an easy recipe tonight.
Blakely Farr picks up the first foul her first foul, second team foul for the Wolves.
Sponsors tonight: Acres Equipment of McCook, Amateurs Bar and Grill, Riding Truck and Trailer, Caleb's Custom Farming, Channel Seats, Andrew Carpenter, Community Hospital, Corbelli Physical Therapy, Cross Creek Golf Links, Doyle Auto Repair, Fobb Motor Company, First Central Bank, First State Insurance, Foster Sales, Hitch and Hay Public Transit.
Ryland, a 73% free throw shooter on the season, makes the first one. Second one on the way, and she swishes it. The bigs for Cambridge, good free throw shooters. Ryland at 73%, Aaron Johnson at 75%. Here's Ellie Brose with it on the right side, guarded by Kent. Going to try to drive baseline, throws it out. Brylan Springer, though, with the steal. Gets it back to Kent. Kent going to bring it up the floor. She'll kick it over to Mallory Springer at the buzzer, just short. 14-8, Trojans after one. We're going to take a break and back here with quarter number two right after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Problems with how your vehicle drives? Take it to Doyle Auto Repair, the area's alignment and suspension specialist. From the simple tire and oil change service to the most complex automotive diagnosis, you can rely on Doyle Auto Repair of McCook to fix it right. Make your appointment today. Call the professionals at Doyle Auto Repair, 308-345-4233. That's 345-4233. Or drive or tow your woe to Doyle Auto Repair at 105 West 8, McCook. Doyle Auto Repair.
Fa Motor Company is your trusted Buick and Chevrolet dealership in Cambridge, and the reason why our loyal customers keep coming back. From the time you enter the showroom to when you service with Fa Motors, you can expect to be treated like family each and every visit. The Fa Motor Company offers extensive inventory, competitive lease specials, finance options, and expert auto service. Yes, expert auto service. Learn more online at famotors.com or stop into the showroom on the corner of Highway 6 and 34 in Patterson in Cambridge. Fa Motor Company, the home of a far better deal.
Southwest Nebraska's sports leader is the HFRSN.
True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC. Trent Florin back here with you along with Kevin Martin. Got August Miller back at the studios in McCook doing a fabulous job tonight. 14-8 your score. The Trojans with the lead after one. Maywood-Hayes Center with the ball after two. Kevin, the bigs for Cambridge right now controlling everything for them. What do you do if you're Maywood-Hayes Center?
You've got to go to a different defense. I don't think they can even begin to cover a man with what they've got on the floor. So we'll see if they go to something different.
Inside it goes. Brose loses the ball. It's picked up by Mallory Springer. Kicks it out to Jalen Kent on the outlet. Maywood-Hayes Center with the press. And that's been working for him a little bit. They throw it down the floor. It's Allmeyer inside to Springer at the glass and won't get it to go. Missed the shot. That might be the only thing that saves Maywood-Hayes Center tonight is if the bigs go cold. Here's Carissa Stingle driving. She's going to be fouled.
I think they're going to make Mayhay's going to make a concerted effort now to run. They know they have to.
And Allmeyer limping on that right leg. She might have caught a knee right there as Carissa Stingle drove in. Jalen Kent picks up her first foul. Aspen Webb will check in. Allmeyer's going to go to the bench. Carissa Stingle hits the first free throw. Her first point of the night. Ellie Bros hit the first 6 for the Wolves, and then Blakely Farr hit one, and now Carissa Stingle with the first free throw. Second one getting ready to go on the way, and she hits them both. 14-10 Trojans. And they got to be a steal here by Farr. Kicks it off to the side there. I didn't see it was Reagan Stingle. Missed a shot. Aspen Webb gets the rebound for the Trojans. Mallory Springer off to Jalen Kent. Up the floor comes to Aspen Webb. Down the floor. Gets it to Brylan Springer on the right side. She's going to try to drive. Throws it back in for Johnson, but pass is stolen away by Reagan Stingle. And no foul called on the bump there for Brylan Springer. Here's Reagan Stingle. Inside it goes to Bros. It's knocked. It's kept alive there by Farr. Out it goes to number 11. That is Aubrey Bros, and she's going to hit the short jumper. And it's 14-12. Trojans now just by 2. Inside it goes Brylan Springer. Back out to Mallory Springer. Taking the 3 off the back of the rim. Won't go. Webb pulls down the rebound. Loses the ball. Jalen Kent's going to be able to run it down for the Trojans. Over to Mallory Springer. Trojans just got to slow down a little bit here.
There it is
Kent
again.
lobs it inside for Brylan Springer, and they're going to call her for a travel.
Slow down.
Yeah, especially with Brylan there. She's going to be head and shoulders above everybody else, her and Aaron. So here's Reagan Stingle. Wolves with the chance to tie or take the lead here.
This feels like a 10-point game, and it's a 2. This doesn't feel like it.
Ellie Bros, top of the key, goes right side to Farr. Farr comes back up top to Aubrey Bros. Bros goes right side. This is Reagan Stingle. She's going to drive inside. Goes down the lane. Blocked in there by Brylan Springer. Her second block of the game. Springer hands it off to Jalen Kent. Up the floor comes Mallory Springer. Gets to the right wing. Looking inside for Johnson. It's knocked away in there by Farr. And then a kick there. I didn't think they were going to call that kick. And Aubrey Bros around said, yeah, I might have just soccered that one.
So it looks like the change they've made is Maywood-Hayes now really up on the passer. They're going to make the pass come from farther out at a different angle and see if that makes the entry a little tougher.
Emery Tomlin and Elizabeth Kubik into the ball game here. Going to lob it inside for Kubik. Down at the block. Turns, kicks it back up top to Jalen Kent. Back out to Springer. Short corner shot from Mallory Springer. Won't go. Rebound Emery Tomlin, and she loses it, but Mallory Springer runs it down. Off to Kent. Kent working down the left side. She's going to drive. Gets down to the block. Kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson, backdoor pass to Tomlin. She's going to get to the short corner here on the right side. Back inside to Johnson. It's knocked away. Tomlin runs it down. Back up to Johnson. Johnson on the wing. Need to get her inside. Looking inside for Kubik. Backdoor pass over to Jalen Kent. She drives down the middle of the lane. Shots up, won't go. Rebound fought for it. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll belong to the Wolves.
4 chances. Can't ask for more than that.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. A 30-second timeout by the Trojans. 14-12. Cambridge with the lead. 5:24 left in the first half. Back after this on True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC.
E-statements from First Central Bank are a convenient way to receive your monthly account statement. E-statements are secure, organized, and of course, there is less paper. You can view, print, or save an e-statement securely through First Link Online Banking. When you sign up to receive your statements as e-statements, we'll deposit $10 into your account. E-statements are available on all deposit accounts. First Central Bank. Member FDIC.
Southwest Nebraska's sports leader is the HFRSN.
True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC. Trent Gorman, Kevin Martin back here live in Cambridge. August Miller back at the studios in McCook. Maywood-Hayes Center with the ball, down by 2. Here's Farr, top of the key, thought about the 3, doesn't take it, throws it in short corner. That was number 11, Aubrey Bros. Out to Stingle, now Reagan Stingle has it on the left wing. Back up top to Aubrey Bros, right side to Farr. Farr going to get down the short corner. This is Reagan Stingle driving inside. Shots blocked from behind, but they're going to call a foul. I believe it's on Tomlin. And it is.
Maywood's moving a lot better. They've kind of got a little rhythm going finally.
Tomlin picks up her first foul, team second here in the second quarter.
A couple more sponsors tonight. Hogemeyer Seeds, Troy Wiestat, Honeyman Custom Harvesting, Huxall Seeds, Coperidge Seeds, Lockenauer Jones Mortuary, MNB Bank, Mark's Pharmacy and Shirley Case Coffee Shop, Medicine Creek Family Dentistry, Mid-Plains Community College, Midwest Liberty Federal Credit Union, NC Plus Hybrids, Marty Schaefer, Pinpoint Communications, River Valley Services, Renza, Samway Floor Covering and Furniture. Thank you, folks.
Stingle missed the first one, made the second, cuts the lead to 1 here. Brylan Springer up the floor, goes to Tomlin. Tomlin on the right wing. A turn, gives it back up to Brylan Springer. Springer going to lob it inside for Johnson. Johnson turns and misses the shot. She needs to get squared up there.
Yep.
And did not. She just threw that one to the basket. Got too big of a hurry there. Carissa Stingle out to Aubrey Brose. Brose trying to drive. Has it. Jalen Kent on her. Here's a pass back out to Reagan Stingle. Back up top it comes far. Right side to Carissa Stingle. Back to Reagan Stingle. Right side. 3 coming from Aubrey Brose. It's in and out. Won't go. Rebound by Reagan Stingle. Kicks it out to Ellie Brose. Now back to Stingle. She's going to drive inside. Kicks it to the corner. Far. Back up top. Carissa Stingle. Left side Ellie Brose. Back up top Carissa Stingle. Top of the key. Left side Reagan Stingle. Tries to drive. Tomlin stops her. Kicks it off to Far. Far goes left side to Carissa Stingle. Stingle goes right side to Aubrey Brose. Down the corner, Reagan Stingle. Skip pass back out to Far. Back up top, Reagan Stingle. Right side. It is Aubrey Brose. Back up top to Carissa Stingle. Both teams being very patient offensively and defensively. Here's a shot from number 11, Aubrey Brose. It's missed. And Allmeyer, they're going to call her for a double dribble here.
Maywood-Hayes Center has gone almost completely to no post. They're 4 out all the time. They're running a cutter to get a post in the game, in and out of there. But they're 4 people outside all the time.
Elizabeth Kubik, Mallory Springer back in the ball. Here's a steal by Jalen Kent. Kent's going to go the distance, coast to coast. Left-handed layup is up and in. Her first basket of the night. Trojans go up by 3, 16-13.
Been waiting for that.
Here's Kesley Cox. Right side it goes to Carissa Stingle. Down the corner, this is Aubrey Brose. Gets a screen knocked away. Here's another steal by Jalen Kent. Kent going down the left side again. Gets inside, puts it up, and misses the shot. Followed the rebound. Now she's going to be fouled. I didn't think they were going to call this.
They didn't call the foul. They called out of bounds. It's still Cambridge ball.
It's going to be Cambridge basketball. Man, getting kind of physical inside. So Mallory Springer will inbound it. And trying to get it in here. And there's 5 seconds.
That's kind of quick.
I don't know. I thought it was. I thought it was kind of long, actually.
I think slower than I used to.
Cox with the ball for the Wolves. Bringing it across the timeline. Comes to the left side. This is number 14, Kaylee Softly with us. She's checked into the ball game. Carissa Stingle right side to Far. Far working up top, almost stolen away by Jalen Kent. Back up top it comes Carissa Stingle. Stingle gets it back off to Cox. She'll go left side here to Softly. Back to Stingle, now to Far. Far working back up top of the key, kicks it off to Cox. 2:36 left here in the first half. Trojans lead at 16-13. Maywood-Hayes Center with the ball. Far trying to get it off to Carissa Stingle. Jalen Kidd all over, tips it away, and Mallory Springer should have had it, but she lost it. Cox gets the rebound, and then she misses the shot. It's picked up by Mallory Springer. Springer going to work to the middle of the floor. Across the timeline. Gets it knocked away, and it's going to go. Oh, nice play by Elizabeth Kubik. Back out to Springer.
That's a good catch.
Up top, Mallory Springer gets out. Oh, and Brylan Springer dribbles it off her foot and goes out of bounds. That was a great play by Elizabeth Kubik there.
That was a tough catch.
Ellie Brose and Reagan Stingle back in. Also number 21 in the ballgame, Cassidy Hatfield getting her first action tonight. Junior from Maywood-Hayes Center. Right side, Reagan Stingle. Going to drive to the elbow, throws it inside, pass is gone. Way too hard over the top of Hatfield and out of bounds. It'll be Trojan basketball. Aspen Webb into the ballgame for the Trojans. Jalen Kent is out.
This is a different bunch for Mayhay.
Get it in. Here's Elizabeth Kubik coming down the right side. Kicks it over to Brylan Springer on the left. Loses the ball, but she's able to run it down. Gets it off to Allmeyer. Back up top, Mallory Springer. Springer gets a screen. Comes back up top to Allmeyer. Allmeyer rolls. Kicks it back up top to Webb. Webb back to Allmeyer here on the right wing. Goes back up top, Brylan Springer. Thought about the three. Now she's going to take it, and she buries it. Brylan Springer says, you're going to leave me alone. I'll take a three, and she's got 11 points for the Trojans. 19-13, Trojans by 6. Here's Cox working on the left wing. Dribble background, throws it inside. Reagan Stingle has it. It's on the floor, kicks it back out. This is a three from Softly. It won't go. Goes over the backboard and out of bounds. Trojan basketball. Aaron Johnson back into the ballgame, as is Jalen Kent checking in. Brylan Springer gets a blow, as does Bailey Allmeyer.
Big minute here.
Minute 17 left. Trojans up by 6, 19-13. Mallory Springer going to get it into Jalen Kent. Up the floor, looking for Webb. She's got it. Down the floor to Kubik. Down at the block. Shots up and in. They broke the press with ease right there, and an easy basket. Trojans by 8 now. And here is Ellie Brose. Throws it inside. It's picked up by Hatfield, but she's going to be fouled. I believe it's going to be on Kubik. Jalen Kent almost had the steal.
Continue with some sponsors for tonight. Southwest Farm and Auto Supply, Stockman's Bank, Taco John's, Tri-Valley Health Systems, Tri-Valley Medical Foundation, Vera Wireless, Waypoint Bank of Cambridge, Webb's Oilfield Services, Western Select Genetics, Lance Shiflett. Thank you.
Hatfield hit the first one, closes the gap to 7. The foul was on Mallory Springer, not on Kubik. Hatfield, second one on the way, misses it. Rebound is Kubik, and they're going to say Mallory Springer was in the lane too fast. Coach Hollander says, what are you doing? So you got her to miss the free throw, but she's going to get another chance. Hatfield, second one on the way, goes in and out, won't go. Aaron Johnson pulls down the rebound. Up the floor it comes. Mallory Springer on the right wing, inside to Johnson. Goes right down the right side of the lane, shoots, can't get the shot to go. Carissa Stingle pulls down the rebound for the Wolves. Up the floor it goes. Reagan Stingle inside. Hatfield drive, shoots, and can't get it to go. Rebound. Kubik has it knocked away by far. It's picked up by Reagan Stingle now. Carissa Stingle, she'll take the shot, and she's going to get called for a travel. Did a little bunny hop right before she shot. 37 seconds left in the first half. It's Trojans 21, Wolves 14. Brylan Springer checking back in. Elizabeth Kubik will get a seat here. Elizabeth Kubik's been playing some pretty big minutes for the Trojans lately.
She's been playing well.
Just a freshman out there. Last week she was Nicole Kubik. Today she's back to Elizabeth. There's Jalen Kent throwing it up for Mallory Springer. Threw it away.
If they could just not throw it away against the press, they would have this game in control.
Yep. So 5 seconds ran off the clock there. Reagan Stingle's going to bring it up for the Trojans. Nobody Gardner. Now she's going to get it inside to Softly. Jimmy Aubrey Brose. This is Carissa Stingle on the left wing. She's going to go inside to Brose. Aubrey Brose back out. This is going to be Reagan Stingle. Short corner. Kicks it back up top. Brose comes left side to Carissa Stingle. Comes back up top to Reagan Stingle. Guarded by Jalen Kent. Kicks it off to Carissa Stingle. She's going to try to drive. 7 seconds left here. Throws it back up top. Reagan Stingle almost stolen by Jalen Kent. Kicks it back out. Carissa Stingle at the buzzer. Way too hard, and it goes out of bounds. And that'll be the end of the first half. 21-14, Trojans by 7 at halftime. We're going to have Coach Catlin Rice of the Cambridge Trojan Wrestlings coming up and visiting with us here at halftime. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
First State Insurance in Cambridge, your hometown team. First State Insurance is your local resource in Nebraska for the best and most affordable personal, commercial, and farm insurance products. For insurance outside the box, talk to one of their local independent agents. Let First State Insurance be your first choice for insurance. Their agents work with the nation's top insurance providers. As a result, they can offer you more choices, along with personalized service and the convenience of a nearby office. Call or stop by today, 308-697-3835. First State Insurance in Cambridge.
Hitch and Hay Public Transit. Hitch and Hay Public Transit. Affordable transportation for everyone.
We're your ride to the doctor, shopping, or work, just about anywhere, from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday in Southwest Nebraska. We can even get you to Kearney or Grand Island. Call 308-276-2182 the day before to reserve your spot.
Hitch and Hay Public Transit. Hitch and Hay Public Transit.
Walk these fields for 85 years. Grow deeper roots here. Know what thrives here. Bring in world-class genetics and innovative traits like Chrome Triple Stack corn hybrids and Enlist E3 soybeans. Refine it through pure local know-how and expertise. Do all of that, and the only thing left is the right seed. Hogema. therightseed.com.
Honeyman Custom Chopping does more than just silage work, such as chopping, bagging, and packing. They do that very well, but Honeyman also specializes in swathing, merging, manure hauling, and grain hauling. Call Honeyman Custom Chopping today for a conversation about pricing and availability for your operation. Call 737-9159. That's 308-737-9159. And see their Facebook page to see some of their work. Honeyman Custom Chopping of Indianola, 308-737-9159.
A member of the Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
New Country Radio 102.1 KZMC. Trent Form, Kevin Martin back here with you live from Cambridge. August Miller back at the studios in McCook. This is your Hogemeyer Seeds halftime show. Here's to the locals raised right here in the Western Corn Belt. Help them grow stronger. We help them grow stronger. Learn more about the right seed from your local dealers. That's Monty Hansen in Pinkham, Nebraska. The North 40 in Oberlin, Kansas. Frack Seed in Norton, Kansas. Bow Seed in Orleans, Nebraska. Monty Hansen over in Pinkham, Nebraska. And, of course, Extreme Ag right here in Cambridge, Nebraska. And we got all kinds of problems going on here. So we got Coach Catlin Rice joining us here, head coach of the Cambridge Trojan Wrestling Program. And you guys are having a heck of a season, Coach.
Yeah, we're not doing too bad. It's kind of carried on. Some of the things have carried on since football season with injuries. So, our kids are competing really, really well. We got some kids with some really good records. We got some kids that are beat up. And, it's a different year. Like last year, we were we talk about being like a really good dual team last year. We were a good tournament team. I think that's kind of a little bit different for us this year. Towards the end of the year, we hope to be a really, really solid tournament team. Like I said, we've had some guys that are beat up from football and some other guys that kind of got beat up during wrestling. So we're down some guys, but we're starting to get them back. And our program is, our standard is to be competing for the RPAC title, district title, state duels, and top 10 in the state tournament. And we're really kind of setting that precedence right now. And that's where we're heading.
Well, you guys have got a lot of returning guys that went to state last year. You've got some guys who have really picked up the pace. Charlie Hauser, I know he was your Dude of the Week on your Facebook page the other day. And if you guys don't know, he does a Dude of the Week every week. And Charlie Hauser, last year I think he won 4 matches. He's already over 10 this year, if I remember right.
He's got 13 wins already. So, he's really turned it on. Last year was his first year. He played basketball as a freshman and then, just kind of had a learning curve. Basically a freshman year as a sophomore, and he's got really great partners around him. He's got a qualifier and a medalist that he wrestles every day in practice, and those two, his success, he owes a lot to those, Dirks and Micah. He owes a lot of success that he's having right now to those guys because, when you're wrestling top 6 guys in the state every day in practice in the room, you're going to get so much better, and that's where we are right now, and we want to just continue to build that, and we feel like we're going to, for the next several years.
Well, you did have some guys ranked in state. Are they still there? I know Micah was up there to the top 10, and I think Dirks was too at the start of the year.
Yeah, so to start the year we had 5 guys ranked, and we still have 5 guys that are on the radar. Micah, Dirks, Hunter, Ty, and Carter Haynes. They're all kind of on the radar. A couple of those guys have been kind of beat up. But yeah, we have guys ranked. One of the ranking polls has us ranked 9th. One of them has at 7th. Rankings don't mean a whole lot,
right.
But yeah, we got some guys on our team that we feel like can get on the medal stand at state and hopefully in the top 3. And just some of those guys that are beat up. Those 2 seniors, they're both. Ty's coming back from his ankle injury. He's actually started to practice this week, light practice, starting to do things, and it was just really exciting to see him the last 2 days. His athleticism, even though it's not 100%, just exciting to see him back. And then Hunter had a pretty significant ankle sprain at Highline, and he's just kind of been in and out of practice and in and out of meets, just doing what we can. And he's better, so the break really did us well. And those two, I really expect those two as our 2 seniors, going in to lead the team. And, they have. It's just been kind of in a different way with their injuries. But I just really hope here in the next month and a half that, we just take off. And I really can see us happening this year is, we're kind of off the radars in the beginning, and then, come around RPAC districts time, we're right there where we should be.
Well, we're talking about guys with lots of wins and guys, you guys are not just wrestling schools your size. You're going to some big meets. I mean, I've seen some of your posts on Facebook. You go against some pretty big schools.
Yeah, we really push our kids to wrestle the best competition. We go against C and B schools, and in a couple weeks we go to the Minden Duels, and we're going to see number 1 and number 2 in Class C in the state dual rankings, and number 1 and 2 teams in Class C. And then we're going to see a highly ranked Class B team in Cozad. So we'll see Minden, St. Paul, Cozad, all 3 of those teams. And there's some other teams in there that are really good. Thayer Central, all those teams last year made state duels. And so we're going to go head-to-head against those guys, and there's nowhere to hide. And, it's a good learning curve for our kids because there are levels in every sport. And it's humbling. It's humbling to be like, wow, I'm ranked in Class D, but I just kind of got my butt handed to me. So it's good. I like that for our kids. Because when it comes districts, we want to see every style. We want to wrestle the best, so we are at our best at that point. And I just feel like that's really paid off for us in the last, 7-8 years.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming up and visiting with us. You guys had a great success. Congratulations on that so far. Let's keep it going. Let's go win the RPAC tournament and maybe get some state medals.
Sounds good. Thanks, Trent.
That was Cambridge Trojan head coach for wrestling, Catlin Rice. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here with more of your Hogemeyer Seeds halftime show right after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
MNB, that is a different MNB.
Community involvement has always been important to us. One way we show that is by supporting our local schools. Whether it's cheering them on from the stands or taking part in community programs, you'll always find MNB rooting for the home team. Good luck to all the area student athletes this sports season. Your fans at MNB are behind you all the way. MNB Bank, member FDIC.
MNB, that is a different MNB.
The staff at River Valley Services in Cambridge is ready to take care of all your refrigeration, plumbing, HVAC, electrical, and trenching jobs. You see, whether it's at work, on the farm, or at home, there is no job too big or too small. These boys can do it all. River Valley Services are available 7 a.m. till 4, but that doesn't mean they won't handle your emergency at a moment's notice. River Valley Services. Call 308-697-4815. That's 308-697-4815. 697-4815.
Local sports on the Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC. Trent Form, Kevin Martin back here with you, and August Miller back at the studios in McCook. He's got done visiting with Catlin Rice, head wrestling coach for the Trojans. They're having a great season. Hey, this is your Hogemeyer Seeds halftime show, brought to you by Hogemeyer, raised local, raised right here. Bonnie Hansen in Binkleman, Nebraska, the North 40 at Oberlin, Kansas. Mullane Seed and Fence in Gothenburg. Frack Seed in Norton, Kansas. Bow Seed in Orleans, Nebraska. And, of course, Extreme Ag right here in Cambridge, Nebraska. 308-440-2652. Hogemeyer Seeds, the right seed for right here. First half stats, first of all, for the Wolves. Ellie Brose with 6 points. She leads them in scoring. Reagan Stingle with 1. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Aubrey Brose, Blakely Farr both with 2. Cassidy Hatfield with 1. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. And Carissa Stingle with 2. She's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Wolves go 4 of 6 in the first half. We give the Trojans here in second. They have the ball to start the third. Jalen Kent with it. Going to come back up top to Allmeyer. Allmeyer lobs it inside for Springer. Down at the block, has it knocked away, and it's going to stay with the Trojans. It goes out of bounds. For the Trojans, Mallory Springer, Jalen Kent, Elizabeth Kubick all with 2, Aaron Johnson with 4, and Brylan Springer with 11. She went 2 of 2 from the charity stripe, the only free throws the Trojans shot. They get it into Springer. Back up top, Allmeyer goes inside. Mallory Springer, turn around and shoot. Oh, she didn't even realize where she was. And she was wide open, and the ball's going to get thrown into the backcourt, and it's going to be over and back. Oh, Mallory Springer, she did a great shot fake and turned, and she was wide open, and nobody came back to her. She had her back to the basket. If she'd have turned, she'd have had the easiest basket she's had in her career. Reagan Stingle off to Softly on the left wing. Back up top, it comes to Ellie Brose. Off to Reagan Stingle on the right wing. She's going to drive, gets to the elbow, kicks it back up top to Farr. Left side, Carissa Stingle thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Back up top, it comes to Ellie Brose. And knocked away by Jalen Kent, almost stolen. But Wolf pick it back up. Softly had it. Goes back to the right side, guarded by Brylan Springer. Goes back up top far, guarded by Aaron Johnson. Kicks it to the left side to Reagan Stingle. Stingle lobs it inside for Farr. She traveled. Forgot to put the ball on the floor. Wanted to drive, but nope. Brylan Springer says, no, I'm going to stand right here, and then there was no place for Farr to go.
Here's the key to the game right here.
Johnson gets it into Brylan Springer. Gets it back to Jalen Kent. She'll bring it up across the timeline, right side of the floor. Gets it up to Brylan Springer. She gets into the block. Turns, kicks it back out to Jalen Kent down the lane. Left-handed shot won't go, but she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Foul-wise, the Trojans had 4 fouls in the first half, 1 apiece for Tomlin, Brylan Springer, Mallory Springer, and Jalen Kent. The Wolves had just 2. Blakely Farr and Carissa Stingle both got it. This one is on Stingle, her second foul of the night, first of the second half. Jalen Kent in and out. Oh, she's had a tough run here. She started out the season really good. Had a bad streak where she went 1 of 9. Had a good weekend down at Pleasanton last week. She's 45% on the year, missed the first one. Second one won't go either, so she's 0 for 2 so far tonight. Rebound comes up the floor. Here's Reagan Stingle with it in the corner. Back up to Carissa Stingle. Back to Reagan on the right side. She's going to drive. Gets into this short corner and going to kick it back out to Ellie Brose, and there's going to be a foul on Jalen Kent. It's going to be her second. Kent all over Ellie Brose right there. And unfortunately, a little bit too much all over her, Kevin.
Looks like Mayhews going to do what they need to do. Push the pace, and Cambridge is going to go back to that low block game.
So Reagan Stingle's going to get it into her sister Carissa. Back to Reagan here on the right wing. Surprised Maywood hasn't taken more threes. Maywood-Hayes Center. Ellie Brose off to Carissa Stingle. Tries to drive. And kick it back out. This is Brose with it. Back up top to Farr. Right side it comes softly. And a drive against Brylan Springer. Throws it back out to Farr. Farr. Back to Softly here on the right wing. Back up top it comes Carissa Stingle. She'll try to drive. Gets down the middle of the lane. Shoots. And it goes. Her first field goal tonight. She's got 4 points. Mallory Springer back to Jalen Kent. Going to throw it up the floor to Aaron Johnson. Johnson. Skip pass over to Mallory Springer. Top of the key. Left side it goes to Allmeyer. Allmeyer gets it back to Johnson at the elbow. Inside to Brylan Springer. Up off the glass. Won't go. Shot was just a little bit too hard, and Farr picks up the rebound.
They made all of those in the first quarter.
And here is Reagan Stingle with it back up top. Ellie Brose off to Softly. She'll drive. Lays it up off the glass. Won't go. Rebound Mallory Springer. Mallory getting double teamed. Gets it off to Brylan Springer.
They got to go. They're going to run out of clock.
That throws it up the floor. Just threw it away. They had plenty of time. They didn't have to go that fast. And knocked away here, and it's going to be stolen by the Trojans. Mallory Springer has it. And now we're going to have a charging call on Mallory Springer. Boy.
Bad call. That was just a case of getting kind of tied up in the wrong spot, and she couldn't really get loose. She didn't really swing it. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that call either. That's going to have a timeout by the Trojans. We'll take one with them. Trojans up by 5, 21-16. 5:27 left here in the third period. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
The loss of a loved one is undoubtedly the hardest times we face in our life. Let the caring and experienced professionals at Lockenauer Jones Mortuary support you through these difficult times. They offer a range of personalized services. You can count on the caring staff of Lockenauer Jones to help you plan a personal lasting tribute to your loved one. Call Jim today and let him help you make the many decisions that need to be made during this difficult time. Lockenauer Jones Mortuary, family owned and operated. 308-697-3838.
The most coverage lives here.
KZMC, Trent Funk, Kevin Martin back with you. August Moore back to the studio with Cook. Maywood-Hayes Center with the ball. They get it into Reagan Stingle on the right wing. Goes back inside softly. Turn around jumper too hard off the glass, and then we're going to have a foul here on Brylan Springer.
That was a sweet inbounds play. That was really nice. Ran the inbounders around a screen on the bottom, and she was open right in the middle of the lane.
So Brylan Springer's second foul, third on the Trojans here in the third period. Softly at the free throw line. And misses the first. Kaylee Softly has yet to score tonight. Missed the first free throw there. Second one's on the way. It's a good-looking shot, and it goes in. Her first point of the night. Allmeyer gets the inbounds, goes up to Brylan Springer, backdoor pass to Jalen Kent up the left side of the floor, cuts back to the middle. Down the lane she goes, kicks it back out to Allmeyer. Almost threw it away. Back up top it comes Brylan Springer. Springer off to her sister Mallory, top of the key. Mallory looking inside, throws it right to the Wolves, but Brylan Springer gets it back, kicks it back out to Mallory. She's going to drive, goes right down the lane, puts this one up and in. She says, I'll get the second one. You can leave me alone at the block twice, I'll get the second one. Trojans back up by 6, now 23-17. Carissa Stingle off to Reagan Stingle. Left side it goes too softly. She drives, knocked away by Jalen Kent, but is ran down by Carissa Stingle, and then she loses it off her foot and out of bounds. Trojan basketball, Aspen Webb checking into the ball game. Bailey Allmeyer will go out. Trojans lead it by 6, 4:45 left in the third.
I'm kind of with you. I'm not sure why Mayhay isn't pulling the trigger a little bit more in half court on some threes. They've got some looks.
Aspen Webb gets the inbounds, going to bring it up the floor. Crosses the timeline, right side. Might have got away with a little push and then a travel. Jalen Kent lobs it inside for Aaron Johnson down at the block. Shots up in the end. Great pass from Jalen Kent. That was up by the volleyball line. Lobbed it down to the block for Johnson and got it to where only she was going to catch it. Reagan Stingle at the right wing. Skip pass over to Softly. She's going to try to drive. Kicks it back out to Carissa Stingle. 25-17. Trojans by 8. 4:15 left in the third. Maywood-Hayes Center with the ball. Reagan Stingle, top of the key, comes right side to Softly. Softly on the wing. Kicks it over to Ellie Brose. Back up top it comes to Farr. I don't think Farr is used to being guarded by somebody 6'1".
I don't think she is either.
Carissa Stingle drives inside, misses the shot. Rebound comes down. It's Aspen Webb with it. Kicks it over to Mallory Springer. Mallory Springer off to Jalen Kent. And Coach Hollander wanted a reach foul right there. Not going to get the call. Jalen Kent drives inside. Can't get the shot to go. Gets her own rebound. Kicks it back out. Here's Aspen Webb for three. Off the rim. Won't go. She's going to run down her own rebound. Off the right side on the wing. Back up top, Aaron Johnson. She'll take the three. It's short. Rebound comes down, and it's going to be knocked away by the Wolves. It'll be Trojan basketball underneath their own basket. Aubrey Brose checks in, as does Kesley Cox. Reagan Stingle and Ellie Brose go to the bench. Box set for the Trojans. Webb gets it into Brylan Springer. Back up top, Jalen Kent on the right wing. Gonna lob it inside for Springer. Up off the glass and in. Brylan Springer has her first basket of the second half. Trojans go up by 10 now, 27-17. Softly driving. Blocked by Mallory Springer. They're going to call a foul on Mallory. That's her third. She may have to go to the bench, Kevin, for the rest of this third period. Can't really afford her to get a fourth, and Emery Tomlin's going to check in.
Some additional sponsors tonight: Bella Petroleum, Go Light. Got a timeout.
Timeout on the floor. The Wolves want to take one. 27-17. Trojans lead it by 10 in the third period. 3:18 left. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
You don't have to wait in line for your prescription and over-the-counter medications. Stop by Mark's Pharmacy in Cambridge today, and you'll see the difference. Whether you have a new prescription, need a refill, or would like to transfer your prescription, you will be in and out in minutes with your prescription in hand and your mind at ease. We also offer free daily deliveries to many local areas. If you would like more information about how Mark's Pharmacy can save you time and money, feel free to give us a call at 697-3400. Mark's Pharmacy in Cambridge. Like us on Facebook today.
Southwest Nebraska's sports leader.
Country Radio 102.1 KZMC. Trip Norman, Kevin Martin back here in Cambridge. Marcus Miller back at the studios. Cook doing a fabulous job tonight. Cambridge leads Maywood-Hayes Center here in the third period. 3:18 left in this third period. Cambridge 27, Maywood-Hayes Center 17. Maywood-Hayes Center with the ball going right to left across your radio dial. And actually, it'll be Cambridge with the basketball, won't it? It's
shooting free throws.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Maywood-Hayes Center shooting free throws. It's Kaylee Softly at the free throw line. Got fouled by Mallory Springer. Mallory picked up her third, and she's out of the ball game right now. Softly's first free throw, a little too soft off the front of the rim. She's got 1 point tonight. She's 1 of 3 from the charity stripe. Second one getting ready to come. Shots on the way. Rolls around. Won't go. Aaron Johnson pulls down the rebound for the Trojans. Webb up the floor. Going to get double teamed and then loses the ball. Kesley Cox picks it up for the Wolves, and Webb almost stole it right back. Going to throw it up here to Softly. Softly back to Cox. Cox working against Jalen Kent. Probably the one person, and she double dribbles. That's probably who I do not want guarding me is Jalen Kent for the Trojans, Kevin.
Nope. Her and Oliver Davis from Cozad. I do not want him guarding me either.
They throw it away. He tried to get it into Webb. Here comes Softly down the floor. Lays it up. It rolls around. It won't go. Rebound comes down. It's picked up by Webb for the Trojans. Webb quickly up the floor. Gets to the right wing. Going to come back up top. This is Jalen Kent. Lobs it inside for Brylan Springer. Back inside it goes. And Brylan Springer, 17 both games at Pleasanton. She's got 15 tonight.
That's 3 great entry passes by Jalen Kent. They're just perfect entry passes.
Carissa Stingle on the left wing. Comes back up top to Farr. Guarded by Aaron Johnson over to Kesley Cox. Cox once again guarded by Jalen Kent, throws it back up top. It's almost stolen away. Aubrey Bros has it over to Carissa Stingle. She'll drive, short corner, blocked by Brylan Springer. That's her 4th block of the night. Aspen Webb picks up the loose ball and throws it away right too softly. I don't know where that was going, Kevin. Softly with the easy basket, her first of the night. Softly with another steal. This one a pass from Tomlin. Here's Cox from the free throw line. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound's tipped around. It's picked up by the Wolves, and we're going to have a foul on Jalen Kent, and that's her 3rd.
Can't let them get in a frenzy. That's what they want to do. Mayhay wants to get the game in a frenzy.
29-19. Bailey Allmeyer and Elizabeth Kubik check in. Yep, not yet. And all the Maywood girls wanted to come check in, too. Ellie Bros, Reagan Stingle getting ready to check back in for the Wolves. 2:03 left here in the 3rd. Trojans are up by 10. Softly at the free throw line. She's 1 of 4 tonight, 2 of 5.
Mayhay wants to get up below 10 at the quarter for sure. It's 9 now. 9 just looks better than 10 for some reason. It just really does.
Yes. Aspen Webb, Brylan Springer will go to the bench and get a break. Softly's 2nd free throw. She's got 5 points on the night. And short. Rebound, Bailey Allmeyer. She'll run it down. Jalen Kent with it now. Brings it up the floor. Gets it across the timeline. Left side. Gets down inside. Wow. A little shove from Kesley Cox from behind. The Trojan fans wanted a foul. Not going to get it. They go inside. Johnson. Spin around. Jumper in the middle of the lane. Off the glass. Won't go. Or off the front of the rim. Softly with the rebound for the Wolves. 29-20. Cambridge with a 9-point lead. 1:43 left in the 3rd. Softly on the give and go. Puts it up and in. She's now got 7 points all here in the 3rd period. Jalen Kent over to Emery Tomlin. Tomlin goes up the floor to Aaron Johnson. Skip pass back to Jalen Kent. She'll get it across the timeline. Going to slow it down here. Left side working against Reagan Stingle. Goes back up. Bailey Allmeyer looking, trying to find somebody. Can't. Now dribbles. Going to throw it inside. And where is that pass going? Just threw it right inside to 3 Maywood-Hayes Center Wolves. We got a jump ball, and this will belong to the Wolves.
The pace is picking up. The intensity is picking up.
Yeah, she just threw that. I mean, there was really no pressure on her.
It's picking up, and when it picks up like this, it's in Mayhay's favor for sure, because that's exactly what they want to do is just push, push, push.
Reagan Stingle across the timeline, middle of the floor. Trojans up by 7, 1:06 left here in the 3rd. Here's Cox, going to get to the elbow, puts a shot up, it's short. Rebound comes down and is picked up by Elizabeth Kubik. Here's Jalen Kent with it now. And she's going to try to throw it up the floor. It's stolen away once again by the Wolves. And now Emery Tomlin on the floor. It's loose. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Tomlin. We're going to have a jump ball. This will belong to the Trojans.
Jump ball, Trojan ball.
All right, big minute here. 46 seconds to go in the quarter.
Trojans are up by 7, 29-22. Johnson going to get it into Jalen Kent. Kent works to the right side. Bumped there by Stingle, and it's going to be out of bounds, so they're going to call a foul here on Ellie Bros. I thought that was going to be on Kent, but they're going to call it on Ellie Bros. Just a 2nd team foul for the Wolves here in the 2nd half.
It's picking up. It's the bumping's picking up.
Get it into Aaron Johnson. Johnson on the right wing, lobs it inside for Kubik, and she is going to be fouled.
Mugged.
Wow.
Mugged.
She would have had the easy basket, too, but basically it was just grabbed hold of. They're going to call this on number 11, Aubrey Bros, her first. Tomlin will go out of the ball game. Aspen Webb checking in. Box set for the Trojans. Johnson and Kubik at the blocks. Allmeyer and Kent at the wings. They get it into Kubik. Kubik loses it, but Jalen Kent runs it down off to Allmeyer. Left side it comes to Webb. Webb on the left wing. And dribble back up top. Going to lob it inside for Johnson. Johnson has it, and then she's going to get called for the foul. Okay, yep, I thought it was going to be a travel, but she's going to get fouled here. So that's the 4th foul on the Wolves. The Trojans have 5.
If Cambridge can get it to one side and get it to Jalen Kent on the wing, she makes a really good post pass.
Aaron Johnson misses the shot. Rebound Kubik. Throws it away, though. Right in the hands of Reagan Stingle. Oh, she threw some elbows, and now she falls down. Going to get the pass off to Softly. 10 seconds left here in the 3rd. Ellie Bros on the right wing. Back up top to Reagan Stingle. She goes left side. Cox for 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes down. Jalen Kent's got it, and she's going to have it knocked away, but the buzzer's going to sound. 29-22. Trojans lead it after 3. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here at the fourth and final quarter right after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Webb's Oilfield Service out of Cambridge is excited to support broadcasts of Trojan Athletics on Hometown Family Radio. Webb's Oilfield Service hauls water and also works on drilling rigs throughout southwest Nebraska as well as northwest Kansas. Reach out to Webb's Oilfield Service by calling 308-340-1104. That's 308-340-1104. For Webb's Oilfield Service of Cambridge, Nebraska.
Cope Family Dentistry is now Medicine Creek Family Dentistry. Call Medicine Creek Family Dentistry in Cambridge to book appointments with Dr. Dean Cope or Dr. Lindsay White. Medicine Creek Family Dentistry is still in the same location, same kind and caring faces, and same great quality service. Their phone number is the same too, 308-697-3736. That's 308-697-3736. Cope Family Dentistry is now Medicine Creek Family Dentistry in Cambridge.
Southwest Nebraska's sports leader.
MC Trent Form, Kevin Martin back here with you. Maywood-Hayes Center with the ball to start the fourth. August Miller at the studios in McCook. 29-22. Cambridge, and the Wolves throw it away, trying to get it inside to Ellie Brose. Threw it over top of her, and it'll be Trojan basketball. Trojans by 7 as we start the fourth quarter. Johnson gets it into Kent. Kent, drive up the floor, kicks it off to Allmeyer. Allmeyer loses the ball, picks it back up, kicks it off to Mallory Springer. The fans wanted a double dribble, but it was pretty obvious that Reagan Stingle knocked that out of her hands. Steal here for the Wolves. This is Carissa Stingle. Left side, Cox taking the three. And in and out won't go. Brylan Springer skies up and gets the rebound.
Those look good.
And now Springer's going to be fouled by Carissa Stingle. That's going to be her third.
The shots that Cox is putting up look good every time. They look good. She's going to start hitting some.
Aaron Johnson, inbound it, gets it into Jalen Kent. Kent up to Brylan Springer, off to Allmeyer. They break the press. Down it comes. It's inside to Mallory Springer, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot two. Cox is picking up the foul, her first. When they slow down and break the press, Kevin, the
game's going to be decided on who can control the pace. I mean, if Mayhay can get it turned up, they're going to probably get something done here. And if Cambridge can keep it slowed down and be patient, they'll be fine.
Mallory Springer misses her first free throw. Trojans right now 2 of 5 on the night. They hit the first two in the first half. Brian Springer hit both of hers. They're 0 for 3 here in the second half. Springer, free throw on the way, swishes it. She's got 5 points for the Trojans. They're up by 8, 30-22. Carissa Stingle, top of the key, comes right side to Ellie Brose. Back up top it comes to Cox. Cox trying to drive. Mallory Springer all over. Gets it off to Farr. Now to Carissa Stingle on the left wing. Carissa working in, gets it back off to Cox. She'll try to drive, gets stopped. Carissa Stingle with the ball on the right wing. Back to Cox. Guarded by Mallory Springer. Dribbles back up. Kicks it over to Farr. Left side it goes to Reagan Stingle. Back to Farr. Right side, Kesley Cox on the wing. Back over to Reagan Stingle. She'll get to the elbow. Kicks it back up top. Farr for three. Short off the front of the rim. Brylan Springer, with the rebound. Kicks it off to Mallory. Mallory Springer kicks it back off to Brylan. She'll get it up the floor to Allmeyer. Allmeyer on the right wing. Turns, kicks it back up to Brylan Springer. Lobs it inside for Aaron Johnson down at the block. Johnson fights through, can't get the shot to go, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot two. As we said earlier, the bigs for the Trojans are good free throw shooters. Brylan Springer averages 73%. Aaron Johnson, and that is on Carissa Stingle, her fourth. Aaron Johnson is a 75% free throw shooter. And she hits the first one. 7 points now for Johnson. Carissa Stingle to the bench. In comes Softly for the Wolves. She leads them in scoring with 7 points. Johnson, second one off the front of the rim, won't go. Rebound comes down to Ellie Brose. Up the floor, Reagan Stingle. Trojans by 9 now, 31-22. Cox is going to drive, kicks it off. It's stolen by Aaron Johnson. Johnson over to Mallory Springer. It's stolen away by Ellie Brose. Her shot's up and won't go. Rebound, Aaron Johnson. She's trying to get up, and she is getting hammered, and they finally are going to call it here. And it is on Ellie Brose, I believe. Rose is
Looks like
second,
a
team's fourth.
State tournament backcourt.
Timeout by the Wolves. We'll take one with them. 31-22, Trojans by 9. 6:05 left in the game. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
If you have an appointment at a specialty clinic in North Platte or in Kearney, and if you're not sure how you're going to get there, Tri-Valley Health System Public Transportation is happy to transport passengers from within their normal service area to destinations outside their service area for specialty medical appointments or even for personal shopping. To schedule your ride Monday through Friday with Tri-Valley Public Transportation and to see if they service your area, call 308-697-1164. 697-1164. Tri-Valley Health System.
A member of the Hometown Family Radio Sports Network.
Right to left across the radio dial. Mallory Springer going to get it into Jalen Kent. Skip pass over to Allmeyer. Up the floor comes to Bryden. Springer overthrows her, though, and it's going to be ran down by Ellie Brose for the Wolves. I'm Trent Florham, Kevin Martin with me. August Miller back at the studios in McCook. Trojans up here by 9. Reagan Stingle with the top of the key. Gets it down to Cox. Her three's on the way. Can't get it to go. Gets it on, and Ellie Brose is going to run down the rebound. She tries to drive, gets inside, kicks it back out. Cox once again. Up top it comes to Softly, and she traveled. Aspen Webb checks into the game for the Trojans. And in for the Wolves, and Jalen Kent will get a seat. In for the Wolves, number 11, Aubrey Brose. And Cox will get a seat. Mallory Springer going to get it into Webb. Webb working against Reagan Stingle. Going to come up the floor to Allmeyer. Down the floor goes Johnson. Johnson makes a nice move, gets inside, lays it up, and it won't go. Rebound's tipped around. It's run down by Aspen Webb. Here's Allmeyer for three. Off the rim, won't go. Brylan Springer gets the rebound, kicks it back out to Mallory Springer. She's going to try to drive, gets stopped, kicks it back out to Webb.
Coach is screaming at the top of her lungs to pull it out. Screaming.
And Aspen Webb dribbles off her foot. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Maywood-Hayes Center basketball.
I feel her pain.
Jayla Kent checks back into the ball game. Who's going to come out? It'll be Mallory Springer going to the bench for the Trojans. I think when Bryden Springer got that rebound, she should have spun around the middle of the lane and shot it there. She's a foot taller than everybody else out there. Reagan Stingle comes to the left side to Farr. Farr looking inside, kicks it back up top to Reagan Stingle. I don't think Reagan Stingle's taken a three yet today. Here is Softly with it. Guarded by Webb. Gets it off to Farr. Inside against Johnson. Back out top. Reagan Stingle driving. And she's going to put the shot up, and she's going to get called for a travel. She wanted a foul against Allmeyer. It was close. Could have went either way right there. Aaron Johnson to inbound it. Gets it into Webb. And Webb loses it out of bounds. Just silly turnovers right now by the Trojans, really keeping them from taking control of this game. Webb will go out, and Mallory Springer back in. 31-22, Trojans by 9, 4:52 left in the game.
This could be the longest 4 minutes of Coach Holander's season right now.
This is Reagan Stingle with it on the left wing, guarded by Allmeyer. Stingle goes to the left side to Farr. Looking around, kicks it back down the corner. This is Softly. Her shot is in. And that's a three from Softly. One referee called it a three, the other one called it a two. Rylan Springer off to Allmeyer. Gets down to the elbow. Comes back up top to Jalen Kent. Right side it goes Mallory Springer on the wing.
Oh, they got her down there.
Inside it goes to Johnson. She's fouled, and basket will not go, but she's going to go to the line to shoot two. That's the fifth foul on the Wolves here in the fourth quarter.
Additional sponsors for the games tonight: Bella Petroleum, Go Light, Happy Feed Store and Fuel Center, Hometown Agency of Juanita, Jimmy John's, El Bar L Angus, Maywood Insurance Company, McCook Letter Inc., McCook Mechanical Services, Pinnacle Bank, Hayes Center, Scott's Grocery. Thank you for participating tonight.
32-25. You can't read my writing. That should be McCook Lettering.
I can't read your writing. McCook Lettering. Thank you.
Johnson hit the first one, missed the second. Rebound comes down to the Wolves. Up the floor it comes. Farr gets it down to Reagan Stingle here in the near corner. Back up top. And it's knocked away by Jalen Kent. She's going to lose the ball. It's picked up by the Wolves. Reagan Stingle inside to Farr. Down to the block by Mallory Springer. What a play by Mallory Springer. Mallory Springer off to Jalen Kent. 4 minutes halfway gone through the fourth period. Trojans are up by 7. Mallory Springer, right side, all alone. Gets it inside to Brian Springer at the block. Back out to Johnson at the elbow. Shots on the way and buries it.
That was nice.
Aaron Johnson with 10 for the Trojans. 34-25. Trojans back by 9. Here's Aubrey Bros trying to drive. Kicks it back out to Reagan Stingle. Up top it comes to Softly. Down underneath. Ellie Bros can't handle it. It goes out of bounds and it'll be Trojan basketball. 3:37 left in the game. Trojans by 9, 34-25. Jalen Kent gets the inbounds. Back to Mallory Springer. Up the floor it comes to Allmeyer. Now to Brylan Springer across the timeline. They throw it down for Johnson. Down at the block. Drives inside. Puts a shot up and in.
That was a good catch. That was a really good catch on the run.
36-25. Trojans by 11 now. No, Jalen Kent almost had the steal. Aubrey Bros on the right wing. Gets it down to Softly. Back up top. Reagan Stingle drives left side. Kicks it back out the far. 3 on the way. Off the back of the rim won't go. Aaron Johnson pulls down the rebound. Off to Jalen Kent. Up the floor comes Allmeyer. Trojans on the run here. Allmeyer throws it for Brylan Springer. It's knocked away and then it goes out of bounds.
Just didn't need it. Didn't need it.
Trojan basketball. Aspen Webb back in. Bailey Allmeyer will get a seat. And Carissa Stingle will come back in. Ellie Bros will go to the bench for the Wolves. We got a timeout on the floor. Let's keep this one right here. 36-25 your score, Kevin. Trojans by 11. It never feels like it's getting pulled away, though.
They're close. I mean, this is going to be Mayhe's last push. This is their timeout to get everybody together and go, we got to go. So they're going to prep and they're going to press and they're going to foul, I'm going to guess, and they're going to go hard. So Cambridge just has to, again, be patient against the press. Once they get into the half court, that they're doing a great job, but they just got to be patient against the press. If they don't have something, just pull it out. Time's on your side.
Cambridge has got their free throw shooters on the floor right now, though, as Aspen Webb come in for Bailey Allmeyer. Allmeyer, a good player, but she's only shooting 13% from the free throw line. Aspen Webb has not shot a free throw this year, but we've seen her shoot 3. She's a good shooter, so, they got her on the floor. Jalen Kent's real streaky. When she gets on, she's good, but then
she kind of makes them when she has to.
Yes. Mallory Springer, Brian Springer, and Aaron Johnson, all really good free throw shooters. All 3 around 70% or better. So those 3 on the floor.
Patience, young ladies.
36-25, Trojans with an 11-point lead, 3:05 left in the ball game.
First one to 40 wins.
They have the ball underneath their own basket. Off the near side here, going right to left. Box set from the Trojans. Wolves come out in a 2-3 defense, it looks like. Nope, they're going to play man-to-man.
Switch.
They're going to get it in. Jalen Kent up top, working on the right side up high. Reagan Stingle on her. Got to lob it inside for Brylan Springer, and it's knocked away by Blakely Farr, and Coach Hollander can't believe they didn't get the foul there on Farr. Coming over the back, a jump ball will belong to the Trojans. Farr was all over Brylan Springer there. Mallory Springer to inbound it, going to lob it in for Aaron Johnson. Jumper off the glass, won't go. Rebound is tipped around. Mallory Springer saves it. It's saved right in the hands of Aubrey Bros for the Wolves, though. Here's Carissa Stingle quickly up the floor for Maywood-Hayes Center. She's got 4 fouls. That's why she's been on the bench. Reagan Stingle, skip pass over to Softly. Short corner shot from the left side, buries it.
She's hot from there.
Softly's got 12 for the Wolves, closes the gap to 9. 36-27. Up the floor, Aaron Johnson. And now, stolen away by Carissa Stingle, and that was all arm there. And now another foul getting let go by the Trojans as Jalen Kent hammered Carissa Stingle on the shot. Kent over to Mallory Springer, down to Aspen Webb. Webb drives inside, going to get into the middle of the lane. And I don't know where she's going. Now she has the ball knocked away. Carissa Stingle steals it. And Brylan Springer almost got it still from Carissa Stingle there. And I don't know, Webb was right there at the basket. Shoot that.
Either shoot it or get out of there. One or the other. Don't be in no man's land.
And that's what Coach Hollander's telling her right now. She's pointing right down there. Said, you were 2 feet from the basket. Shoot the ball. Allmeyer comes back in as Webb goes to the bench. Carissa Stingle goes left side to Reagan Stingle. Stingle drives, going to put a floater up. She's fouled. Basket won't go. I think the foul's going to be on Brylan Springer. It'll be her 3rd if it is.
Pretty big free throws here. 2 minutes to go.
Brylan does pick up her 3rd foul. First team foul on the Trojans here in the 4th. So Reagan Stingle at the free throw line. On the night, she's 1 of 2. She's got just 1 point tonight. The lefty off the back of the rim misses it.
She's passed up a lot of shots, I thought, tonight.
Yeah,
I thought she had a lot of shots that she passed up.
I agree. I don't think she's taken a shot other than the free throws. Stingle, second one on the way. Rolls around, won't go. Aaron Johnson, no, should be Brylan Springer with the rebound. Kicks it out to Allmeyer. She'll give it back to Jalen Kent. Kent's going to bring it up against Blakely Farr. Now gets double team. Tries to kick it back to Allmeyer, and it's knocked away, but she picks it back up. Here's Mallory Springer just inside the three-point line. Shots off. Aaron Johnson pulls up the rebound, gets it into Brylan Springer off the glass, won't go. And now a foul on Brylan Springer, and that's going to be her fourth.
Don't want to do that. You're going to shoot the ball, A, make it, B, don't foul.
Minute 40 left in the game. She'll stay in. Trojans up by 9 with a minute 40 left. Wolves with the ball coming left to right. Reagan Stingle going to bring it up for Maywood-Hayes Center. Across the timeline, middle of the floor. Comes to the right side. This is Carissa Stingle, guarded by Allmeyer. Back up top, Aubrey Bros. Left side, Reagan Stingle. She will take the three. Her first shot of the night is no good. And a rebound, Brylan Springer. Off to Jalen Kent. She'll push it up the floor. Gets across the timeline, has it knocked away, and it goes out of bounds. So Trojan basketball, minute 19 left. They're up by 9, 36-27. Mallory Springer to inbound it. Going to get it into Jalen Kent. Kent back across the timeline. Going to get double teamed, and now she's going to be, timeout. Wow, could have been a foul right there. Didn't get it, though. Timeout by Coach Hollander. We're going to take one with them. 36-27, Trojans by 9, a minute 13 left. Back after this on True Country Radio, 102.1 KZMC.
Foster Sales of Bartley sells and services Walker mowers. Come in or call Foster Sales to schedule a test drive, or they can even bring it to you. Here's the best part. They even have inventory and parts on hand, such as blades, belts, oil, filters, pulleys, and more. Walker mowers have the out-front advantage and innovative attachments such as dethatcher, rotary brush, and a loader bucket. They even have multi-decks as well. Walker also has financing available. Want to know more about a Walker mower? Visit with Foster Sales. Look them up on Facebook and YouTube. Walker Mower from Foster Sales. When you want fast, easy, beautiful mowing.
Southwest Nebraska's sports leader is the HFRSN.
True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC. Jeff Warren, Kevin Martin here live from Cambridge. August Miller back here at the studios in McCook. Having a good time, she said over the break. 36-27 your score. Trojans up by 9. There's a minute and 18 seconds, I believe. Minute 13, excuse me. And the Trojans will have the ball right in front of their own bench. Mallory Springer to inbound it. They're going right to left across your radio dial.
5 fouls on Mayhay, so.
Yep, Trojans will shoot free throws. The Trojans just have 2 fouls. And they get it into Kent. Kent, guarded by Reagan Stingle, and Reagan Stingle's going to get called for a foul. And that might have been the least contact of a foul we've had tonight. And
I thought it was going to go the
less
other way.
Contact than some of the no call. Jalen Kent at the free throw line to shoot 2 on the night. She is 0 of 2. She's got just 2 points here tonight. Shots on the way, in and out. Man, she's had them there. They just won't fall. She averages almost 8 points a ball game. Held to 2 tonight. She's 0 of 3 from the free throw line. On the season, she's a 45% free throw shooter. That'll go down tonight. Second one missed it again, and it's going to be rebounded here by Farr. Farr quickly up to Reagan Stingle, now to Carissa Stingle. She's going to try to drive. Gets inside, shot won't go. We're going to have a foul here. Who's this on? It's on Jalen Kent. It's her 4th. Wow. Referees get together, and they have called it on Jalen Kent, and that's her 4th.
Must make free throws for the Wolves here.
And this is Carissa Stingle at the free throw line on the night, 2 of 2. She's got 4 points for the Wolves. Make it 3 of 3. 36-28, 8-point lead. Can cut the lead down to 7 with this one. A minute 1 left in the game. Trojans with the lead. Carissa Stingle from Maywood-Hayes Center at the free throw line. Hits them both. Perfect 4 of 4 on the night. She's got 6 points.
Cambridge has to protect the ball because the arms are coming. Here comes the...
Mallory Springer throws it into Aaron Johnson, trying to go down the lane. Turns, and she's going to get called for a travel. So this one not over yet. 36-29, a 7-point ball game. 58 seconds left. Maywood-Hayes Center with the ball. Reagan Stingle quickly up the floor. Gets it to Carissa Stingle. She's trying to drive. Allmeyer stops her. Goes back up top. This is Farr for 3. Off the back of the rim, won't go. Rebound tipped around by the Wolves and out of bounds. It'll be Trojan back.
Nope.
Oh,
stay in.
I don't agree with that one. I thought that was all Blakely, or Softly there with the ball. Reagan Stingle to inbound it. Box set out of the Wolves. They're going to get it in. This is softly for three out of the corner. Can't get the shot to go. Brylan Springer pulls down the rebound. She's getting triple team. Gets it off to Jalen Kent. Kent working up the floor, and now we're going to have a foul. I didn't think they were going to call that as Kent got knocked to the floor.
Well, they got nothing to lose. The Wolves got nothing to lose for another foul. So, no, they're in 5, aren't they?
They
over.
are, yep.
They're
She's
over.
shooting, too,
Okay,
yep.
They're over.
So foul is on number 2, Ellie Brose, her third. Jalen Kent to the free throw line on the night is 0 for 4. 45% free throw shooter on the season. She was really good down at Pleasanton in the tournament. And she's 0 of 5. Wow. If she just makes her free throws, the Trojans got this wrapped up, Kevin. 36 seconds left in the game. 36-29, Trojans by 7. Jalen Kent. Free throw.
Nope.
Off the front of the rim. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Ellie Brose. Up the floor. Here comes Reagan Stingle. Stingle out to Carissa Stingle.
Oh, she didn't take it.
Stingle back up top. Almost stolen by Springer. It's off to Softly. Back to Blakely Farr. Kicks it off to Carissa Stingle. Down to 20 seconds. Inside it goes. Ellie Brose puts it in. 8 points for Ellie Brose. Mallory Springer gets it into Allmeyer. Back to Mallory Springer's tipped away by Maywood-Hayes Center. Stay with the Trojans. 8 seconds left. And it's going to be a timeout on the floor. Let's keep this one right here. With 8.2 left in the game, it's 36-31. Trojans by 5, and they have the ball. Got to go length of the floor here, going right to left. And, Kevin, it looks like Cambridge is going to eke this one out.
Just get it to the length of the floor, and you're good. Yeah, this was kind of a back and forth, ebb and flow kind of a game.
Yes.
You know, when Cambridge controlled things from the half court, they made it look pretty easy. And when they didn't, when they gave up turnovers on the press and kind of got in a hurry, it didn't look so good.
Well, Coach Stingle was worried about the bigs for the Trojans. We talked about it early in the ball game. If they have a big game, it's probably going to be controlled by them. Brylan Springer with 15 points, Aaron Johnson with 12, so they pretty much controlled the inside game tonight.
Yep, and they could have probably even more so. I think third quarter, the Wolves did a really better job on pressuring the pass into the post, and then Jalen Kent made 3 just really, really, really nice passes from the wing into the post there, and it kind of got things going again.
So 36-31, Trojans lead the Wolves here with 8.2 left in the ball game. Trojans have the ball coming right to left across your radio dial.
Get it in and hang on.
Mallory Springer. Yeah, because you don't have to get it across half court. Mallory Springer trying to get it in. Is going to get it into Brylan Springer. Back to Mallory. Mallory going to be fouled, and it's going to be by Carissa Stingle. That's going to be her 5th. She is done for the night. She fouls out with 6 points. It was 4 of 4 from the free throw line. That'll send Mallory Springer to the free throw line. On the night, she is 1 of 2. She makes both of these, the game's over. Actually, probably 5 seconds left. It might be over anyway. 5-point ball game.
A little lower scoring than I thought it might be. I just thought it might be a little bit higher, but both defenses played pretty well.
And Mallory Springer misses the first one. Trojans struggling tonight from the charity stripe. They make any kind of free throws tonight, they win this game walking away. Mallory Springer talking to herself out there. Shots on the way, swishes it. 6-point lead now for the Trojans.
Over the line.
Oh, so not going to count. She's going to be 0 of 3 on the night. That was a huge one. 5 seconds left here. Only got 3 fouls. They throw it up the floor softly into Farr. 2-1 and at the buzzer. Not going to get the shot off. 36-31. Cambridge will get the win and hand Maywood-Hayes Center their first loss of the season. We'll take a break. We'll be back here with your stats on the Corbelli Physical Therapy postgame show right after this on True Country Radio 102.1 KZMC.
This is Jennifer from Stockman's Bank in Bartley. We are a full-service bank proudly serving Southwest Nebraska and the surrounding areas. With locations in Colorado, Missouri, and Nebraska, we can provide you with everything from personal checking accounts to large commercial loans. Our friendly staff is ready to help with all of your financial needs. Stop by Stockman's Bank in Bartley or call 308-692-3333. We are a proud supporter of the Southwest Rough Riders. Stockman's Bank. We're still the old reliable. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The The staff at River Valley Services in Cambridge is ready to take care of all your refrigeration, plumbing, HVAC, electrical, and trenching jobs. You see, whether it's at work, on the farm, or at home, there is no job too big or too small. These boys can do it all. River Valley Services are available 7 a.m. till 4, but that doesn't mean they won't handle your emergency at a moment's notice. River Valley Services. Call 308-697-4815. That's 308-697-4815. 697-4815.
See Corbelli Physical Therapy in Cambridge on Main Street to help you get the most out of your life. Hometown expert pain management and rehabilitation services are located in the heart of downtown Cambridge. Come into Corbelli Physical Therapy and ask about dry needling. It's just one of the techniques used for treatment of pain and movement impairments. Learn more by stopping into Corbelli Physical Therapy at 706 Patterson in Cambridge or call for an appointment